Hey, I'm Brittany from Lo and Behold Stitchery. Today I'm going to show you how to piece these beautiful half circles using my Metamorphosis quilt pattern. If you've ever sewn curves before, or even if you haven't, this is a really fun skill to learn. Let's jump in. The Metamorphosis quilt pattern comes with two templates. When you're printing off your templates, make sure that your printer is set to actual size, not scale to fit. These templates are 100% to scale. After you've printed them, double check the measurements to make sure that they measure what they are supposed to. So go ahead and cut out your templates. Feel free to print them on a thicker cardstock paper, or you can trace them onto an acrylic template sheet. I typically just use regular printer paper, and that's good enough for me. Let's start with the wing portion of the block. Refer to your pattern for the starting size of the rectangle. Go ahead and fold your fabric in half, wrong sides together, and use your iron to press a crease. Take your wing template and place it on top of the fabric. Align the star on the template with the fold of your fabric. Make sure that all of the edges are aligned, and rotate this piece so that it's in a comfortable cutting position. Then you'll take a ruler. I'm using a 6-inch square ruler, but any size will do. And use this to brace your rotary cutter as you cut around the curve. Use the 1/4 inch line on your ruler to align with the 1/4 inch line on your template. So then you'll discard this piece, and voila! Repeat this process for the other wing. Keep in mind, if your fabric is directional, you'll want to pay close attention to how you orient your fabric before you cut it. Next, we will cut our background piece. This is the same concept as the wing piece. Remember to refer to your pattern for the starting size of the rectangle. Fold it in half, iron a crease, then place the template on your fabric. Align the star on your template with the fold in your fabric, and then you'll just cut around the curve. You'll need 2 of these background pieces per block. Now it's time to sew these 2 pieces together. Place your background piece right sides together with the wing piece. Align the creases and place a pin in this crease. Then, slowly and carefully, pin the 2 pieces together along the curve. When you get to the end, the flat edge of your background piece should align with the flat edge of your wing piece. Okay, so in lieu of pins, you can also use just like a crafter's glue stick. It's the same concept. You'll flip both pieces right sides together, align the creases, and then you will just glue around the curve. Starting with the crease. And then try to stay within a 1/4 inch of the edge of the curve. So now head over to your sewing machine. 2 things before I get started. I like to slow down my speed and decrease my stitch length to about 1.8 millimeters. I'll stitch back and forth to start my seam, and then I'll slowly and carefully stitch a 1/4 inch around the curve. Make sure that your fabric doesn't pleat on itself. You can kind of see that my left hand is smoothing out my fabric while my right hand guides the curve through my machine. The nice thing about using glue is that you don't have to start and stop so much to take out your pins, so glue might be a good option if this is your first time sewing curves. Alright, so here's one wing. I'll go ahead and press these seams and get started on my other wing. So with the pins, you want to just make sure that you take them out as you are sewing around the curve. You don't want to stitch over them. Stitch back and forth. All right, we are almost there. So now we need to trim our wing. So we are going to take our 12-inch square ruler and line up the 6.5-inch line with the left edge of our wing. And you'll see over here that there is 1/4 of an inch between the wing and where I'm going to be cutting. So you'll cut on the right, and then we'll cut up top. Okay, so then I'm going to flip my block. And I'm going to cut one last piece. So I'll line up the 6.5-inch line on my ruler with the left side and cut up top. Remember, there should be 1/4 of an inch gap of background space between the wing and the edge of the block. And I actually have a little bit of extra wing fabric down here, so I'll trim that off. And there we go. Once you have both wings trimmed, go ahead and make the body portion of your butterfly. Then you'll take the body portion of your butterfly, place it right sides together with the wing, and sew these two pieces together. Make sure that they stay aligned. Then you'll sew the other wing to the other side of the body portion. And you're done.